It's First Lady here, and the weather outside is very, very wintry. And whenever it gets cold outside, I love to bake. I don't know about you, I like cookies, brownies, cakes, pies, whatever I can bake because I like for the house to be warm and I like for it to have that smell that something is freshly baked in the oven, right? So I'm gonna make some brownies, but this time I wanna make brownies that have a little bit of a twist because these are gonna have a crunchy element to them. So I'm going to have these brownies with some walnuts, all right? And they're gonna have pretzels on top. So you know how you love that sort of savory taste when you have sort of a salty and sweet dessert? Oh, it's one of my favorite things in the world. So these brownies are gonna be salty and sweet because we're gonna add the pretzels and they're gonna have that little crunch because we're just gonna put just a few walnuts inside of these brownies. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get started. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we actually want to just go ahead on and open up the brownie mix, and this is just regular brownie mix, the chewy fudge brownie mix. All right, this recipe won't take much time at all. I'm just going to spray my pan. I think this is like maybe a 9 by 13, or so I'm just spraying the pan really quickly. And of course it calls for 2 eggs, 3 tablespoons of water. All right, so I have the 2 eggs, the 3 tablespoons of water, and a half a cup of vegetable oil. And that's really all it's gonna call for. So I'm just gonna move that over to the side. Go ahead and open up this brownie mix package and just dump it right into the bowl. And you guys know brownies, they don't take any time at all to make. All right, so that's why we love them so much. And you can make these and take these. You definitely don't have to eat the whole pan, all right? Of course, they're so good. Everybody wants a crispy edge piece, right? I always like the edges. Do you like the edges, or do you like eating a soft piece in the middle? Leave me a comment and let me know. So I'm just cracking these 2 eggs. And so this is just the 2 eggs. I like to add the oil first. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the half a cup of vegetable oil. And this is really, you can use vegetable oil, canola oil, your choice. But this is a half a cup of the vegetable oil. So I hope you can see this mixture in this bowl here that I have. So, and then I'm gonna add the 3 tables. Can you see that? I hope you guys can see that. And the 3 tablespoons of water. So I'm adding the water and the oil first, and then I just mix it around once I add the water and the oil and get it to the right consistency. I sort of just try to stir it really well. These are going to be chewy, sort of fudgy brownies, right? And then we're going to add that twist to it by adding a few of these walnuts. And you can chop these walnuts if you want to. If you feel like you don't have enough oil, or if the consistency is not exactly how you want it, you can add a little bit more oil and a little bit more water, just a little bit. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna add just a little bit more, just to kind of make it have sort of a glistening appearance to it. So I definitely wanna add a little more of the oil and let this actually stir it a little bit more. And then I'm going to go in and add the eggs. So the eggs are really important to add last. So I'm just going to add the eggs one at a time and just make sure it's incorporated really well. And they'll start to glisten once you actually get the eggs in here and begin to get it smooth. And you know that whenever you make brownies, you got to kind of use some elbow grease, right? You got to get these arms in here and get it to combine really smoothly. All right, so that's 1 egg, and let me get the other egg in here. And I'm just gonna actually, once I get this egg smoothed in, this is just 2 large eggs. Of course, you have the canola oil and the water. That's really all it calls for this recipe. So it's as easy really as 1, 2, 3 because you only have those 4 ingredients. But I'm gonna add a little bit of a twist to it because I wanna put some walnuts in it. So I'm just gonna take a few walnuts in my hand and sort of just crush them. And I've already kind of gotten this smooth, so I really don't want to do too much in terms of adding the walnuts. And these are just the shelled walnuts that you see in your store. This is a big bag of this. I love walnuts because they're really so good for you. And they don't really have a whole lot of bad ingredients. They're really a good fat. And the other thing about walnuts is that they actually don't have a whole lot of carbs or anything. But I like walnuts because these are the ones that are the baking walnuts, so they don't have salt added. So you don't want to get the nuts on the nut aisle per se. You want to get nuts from the baking aisle. That way they don't have the added salt. So I'm just going to take like a handful of these walnuts, which is probably like 1/4 of a cup, right? In my hand. And you can see these are the whole shelled walnuts, but I'm just going to sort of crunch them up in my hand, all right? Because you know, you might get a big piece or you might get a small piece, all right, of the walnut in these gorgeous brownies that we're gonna have. All right, so I'm just crunching them up in my hand and just adding them right to the mixture. So you can see that's all I've done, all right? That's all I've done. I'm just stirring them in just a little bit. So as I stir them in, I'm just sort of folding them in, and you'll just have a little bit of nut in your brownies. These are not gonna be really thick brownies because this is a pretty long pan. So they're gonna be kind of thin, not like cake brownies, but these are gonna be like, hopefully like the chewy sort of fudgy like brownies, all right? So I'm just gonna go ahead, now that all the ingredients are in there, I'm just gonna go ahead and just turn it out onto this pan here. It's a foil pan that I have sprayed with a little bit of cooking spray, just so that hopefully they will release well, because this is a recipe that has quite a bit of oil in it. So the oil will help them hopefully to be moist. You've got water, you've got the 2 eggs. So the oil, water, and eggs into this mixture is going to make for some pretty nice, smooth brownies. All right, so you can see that that's pretty much it. All right. And so if you're wondering where I got this idea, it's actually right on the package here, because I'll show you, if you can see up close, you can see on the package where they kind of put the pretzels right on top. So I hope you guys can see that. And it makes for an interesting new add-on to your brownies, all right? So I'm just going to add the salty pretzels just right on top, right? As they go into the oven. And so you're gonna have a savory brownie, right? Salty and sweet. So I'm not gonna crush up the pretzels onto the brownies the way I did with the walnuts. I'm just gonna put them on whole, just like this, and just make it really kind of cute, all right? With these little mini Snyder's pretzels, they're so cute. I love these as a snack because, you know, when you want just a little something salty, you can grab these Snyder's pretzels and my goodness, you have a nice little treat. Sometimes they can be a little salty, so I don't eat pretzels very often, but you know, when I do, I try to make sure I drink some water on the back end of it because they are a little bit salty. All right, so I'm just gonna put these brownies just right into the oven. The oven is prepped at 350. So once I get these pretzels on top, it's just gonna go right into the oven. And I'm making it to where, you know, this looks like this might serve 12, right? So if I, you know, get the pretzels on here to where the serving will be for 12 brownies. Okay. All right, so let me move this over so you can see the walnuts out of the way, so you can just see how I've gotten these pretzels just sort of just right on there like that. And it looks like I had one left that I can eat. But this is just two little bags of these little Snyder's mini pretzels. I think I got these at Dollar Tree, where they come like 6 in a 6 of these little packs for like $1.25. And they're so cute, nice little snack. We give them to our kids at children's church sometimes. So these brownies are ready to go right into the oven. All right, they're just gonna go right in the oven, 350. So I hope you guys can bear with me. And we're gonna have some sweet and salty brownies with pretzels and walnuts in just a few minutes, because it says here they probably need to be in the oven probably about 35 minutes or so. All right, we'll watch it and we'll be back. Okay, let's pull our brownies out really quickly. They are ready, and you can see how the pretzels look so cute on top, and we've got walnuts inside. Okay, so these brownies are gonna have to cool, and I'm going to make sure that they're done all the way. I'll try to get a toothpick, if I can find one, to see if it'll come out clean, but no worries. So we'll check on that. They've been in there for about 35 minutes, so that's the timer. So let me stick a toothpick in it and see if it, yeah, they're ready. They're ready. I like them a little bit fudgy. All right, so they're pretty much ready. All right, so they're gonna continue to cool, and we'll have us some fudgy brownies. So I'll set these over to the side. All right, when it's time to eat, I will show you what they look like. All right, we are back, and it is time to cut into these delicious, amazing, savory, salty, and sweet and nutty brownies. So I'm letting my husband do the honors, because I can't eat these. I'm on a diet, but I am making these for my family. It's snowing outside, and we just love, love, love having all kinds of treats. I'm probably gonna get some frozen blueberries. Life's not fair, right? But they're gonna get to enjoy these amazing brownies. And so hopefully it's fudgy. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, look how that just comes right up. Oh, it's a little bit fudgy on the bottom, as you can see, but that's okay. We got a really nice piece with the pretzel on top. Let's look and see. Look in close. Remember, we put those walnuts in there, so you can see those crunchy bits of walnuts in that brownie batter, okay? All right, so he's trying to dig all of that out of there so he can eat all of that. All right, go ahead, honey. Just pick the brownie up and taste it and give us your assessment of what you think these brownies taste like. All right. Oh, wow. Look at that. The perfect bite, you guys. Oh my goodness. I want you guys to try this recipe for these savory, crunchy brownies. They have pretzels on top. They have walnuts inside. Oh, chewy, ooey, gooey, fudgy brownies. All right. Don't forget to like this video. Give me a thumbs up, you guys, and let me know what you think about these beautiful brownies. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click that notification bell so that you can know every time I upload a brand new recipe video for you guys. All right. All right. I love you, and I hope you guys are having fun in the snow. If you got a snow day, I hope you enjoyed it. All right. We are enjoying it ourselves. All right. Until the next video, I love you guys, and I hope that you all continue to be blessed. Bye-bye now.